Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 22. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report. As always, we have plenty of exciting news. We have plenty of profits. We're going to show you how we made more than $50,000 in just the month of May, or 30%. And we're also going to show you where you can find your free trading robot. And on top of this, we have some excellent news regarding Yieldnodes and a new collaboration with a small little country. We're going to go through all this as always in the news report, so hang on tight. And we're going to start off with some excellent news when it comes to the Yieldnodes profit. The profit for the first couple of weeks in May was very low, lower than expected. So just in the 1.2, 1.3% mark. And then Yieldnodes came back with an astonishing results on the last week of May with 2.8. And that obviously shot up quite nicely, the percentage for all the investors. Very happy with this, and definitely we can see that the Yieldnodes team, as always, and the Decenomy team is on the ball. So to provide us such a great results after the hardship we had with the Bitcoin dropping from more than 40,000 mark down to below 30, and we'll have a closer look at that too. So this is what it looks like. We can see compared to the first 4 months of 2022, the first 3 weeks was way below what we were normally seeing. And then at the end of the day, it actually matched up the last week of January also. So it came in at the same percentage of 2.8. So good recovery and good overall profit for the month. We are quite happy with this one, and so should all the other investors be, for sure. Part of Yieldnodes is also the 6 months audits they normally try and do. And this is coming up very shortly. There will be a draw for 5 random people to enter this one. By the time you watch this video, it will be too late. But on the same day here, as we are now releasing the video, there will be a raffle, and this will be a short video similar to last time in, I think it was in October, November in 2021. They also had this to try and just keep it open and make sure that everybody knows what is actually happening in Yieldnodes. So clear-cut lines, we love it. On top of this, we have the new country that Yieldnodes is working with, and it looks like it's going to be the small democracy of Sao Tome and Principe. And I had to look this up because I haven't really heard about this one before. But I can tell you that if you take your African map and you go just south of Nigeria, you will find a couple of islands there. And that is basically the place for the new project that Yieldnodes will start off with. So based on part of what the team sent out here on the first of the month, as always, it looks like they will be testing some of the Decenomy coins in the future. It's going to be exciting to see exactly what this means for us that are already doing some staking, doing some shared masternoding. And obviously some of these coins might go up. But again, this is only speculation. We don't exactly know how this is going to be implemented, so we'll have to wait and see. What you don't have to wait and see is our new video. So we have heard from a lot of people that are starting or wanting to have affiliate commission, how they can do this, if they have to take it out, if they can reinvest it. So we did this video a few days ago, early in the week, basically just how to get paid and add to your Yieldnodes balance. So if you haven't seen it yet, so by all means go and have a look on our YouTube channel. And it's also part of the Yieldnodes platform now as part of the support for all the Yieldnodes members. And then of course we have one of the posts from the Yieldnodes team again saying it's not too late, it's still early. Basically what they are trying to tell us here is that the market values, so is in gold, so or the market caps here is 10 trillion on the gold side. So for the money section it's 100 trillion, and for the real estate is 225. and then Bitcoin currently at a market cap of 1 trillion. So definitely still early days, and we have also read up on a couple of places where they say that less than 5% is still involved in crypto, so there's a long way to go, not just for Bitcoin but for many other of the projects. One of the projects that we started now almost a year ago is the SAPP and Sapphire coin. It continues to be quite stable when it comes to return on the investment, and as we can see here, it's about 53%, and it doesn't really move much. And that means also that our overall shared masternoding has gone up from 54%, 0.8, up to 56.4, so about 1.4% on average over weeks is what we see. Overall coin development, well, we had a high jump where we ended up from 260%. All of a sudden we were at the all-time high here at 461. And now we've seen some retracement on the Bitcoin, and that also seems to influence the SAPP coin. So at the moment it has dropped over the last couple of days down to just below 400%, so 399. Still, obviously 400% in less than a year is definitely a very good development for this coin, and it could be one of the coins that we'll use for their new project. We'll have to wait and see. The second one is not doing so well as the SAPP, which is PNY. The good part that we have here is we normally get a very good percentage, and when I say very good percentage, it's basically 19-20% that we get every single week on this. So obviously we are getting a lot of extra coins, and as you can see, we've gone from 474 to 493%, so almost 500% more coins since October on the 25th when we started. That taking into mind is obviously that now the coin development has hit a bit of a snag, again due to Bitcoin. It has a greater impact here on this particular coin. And we were at more than 200% at one point. It went down to 60 last week, and now we're at 25.48%. And obviously there's a lot of compensation in this, simply just because we have 500% more coins, which means that even though if we would sell today, we will still have a profit. And 25% since October, obviously it's still very, very good compared to many other investments, but we will hang on to it, and we'll be sure that it's going to find a way back. And also what's going to find its way back might be Bitcoin. So again, we are not speculating on this, but we just took the image here, so from one of the exchanges we're using, just to show you that we were down at 29,000 at one point, and then it has been moving up, and now in the last couple of days we see a drop again from the 32,000 mark, just below 30. So it's still there, it's still testing the markets, and we'll have to see what happens in the future. Obviously it has some influence on some of the coins and the projects that we are involved in. Another project that is also changing, not necessarily because of Bitcoin, even though you are getting paid in this, is Paraiba, and there's some new upcoming changes to the entire platform, and we cannot discuss that here in the news forum, but there will be an email coming out. We also have a video for our members, and everything will be revealed to them. And if you are already in on the Telegram app with Paraiba, then you will also have access to this news. But we know it's not everybody, and that's why we continue to send it out, so everybody is up to date on the changes. It looks very good. It simplifies the system a bit, and it looks like it's going to have a lot of new benefits for both old members and new members. Being an old member now also of Elevate Pass, and this is the profit for week 22. We have seen that again, diversification, so as we spoke about with the CFO, is paying off. So no matter if the market goes up and down, there is still a nice profit to be had. It is below what we have normally seen from Elevate Pass, but we take the 1%, so it's week on week, and as we compound this right now, that means obviously it's going to mean a lot to us. On top of this, as you know, we also have the commission plan from direct commission of 10% for the new people that you bring in, We have a matrix commission for everybody else that is brought into your network of 1.8. So obviously the 1% again could be a bit misleading. Some people could actually receive more than 2, 3, 4%, all depending on how big and how eager you are in building your team up. And just to show you again the 1% mark, we went in on the compounding calculator, and it's shown here. Basically just go over 3 years. You have an initial balance of 5,000 euros. You put basically a 1% in, as we have seen with Elevate Pass, and you get that every single week. You compound it up, and you end up after 3 years with 23,610 euros, or effective rate of more than 67% on annual rate. Yes, it's below what you, for example, see at Yieldnodes, but Yieldnodes has also come down a bit. But who wouldn't like to get something like 65 or 70% a year? It certainly beats the normal money markets. What also beats the money market is AI marketing. So even though they have a lot of issues, we still go in and show you the profits that we have from all our robots. And for the month of May, it ended up, unfortunately, as we predicted, somewhere between the 22 to 25% mark. And yeah, we ended up 22.74. Last week, we did report that things were looking up, things were looking better. And obviously, we jinxed the entire thing. Since then, it hasn't picked up the advertising budget since I think it's the 18th or 19th of May. And that has now slowed down the progress again. And we don't really have any idea why that is. We were catching up and only being 4 or 5 days away. So we'll have to wait and see. And why we have to wait and see is basically because, once again, the team leaders, together with the AI marketing, that meeting got cancelled once more. It's been doing that quite a few times. I think it's 4 times now. And the next one is now 7th of June. It is getting a bit tiresome here, so we would like to see and hear a bit what they have of intentions to do when we can get payments out and when we can add more money into the system. So it will be nice to have some clear-cut communication from AI marketing, but they are definitely not the champions of that, that we can agree on, I believe, most of the members. What we can agree on here, and that's within the high-tech investment, is our robot trading. It's doing quite well. We continue right now with 9 trading robots, and we're also part of the expert Forex competition. The Aussie AU USD is one that we are actually still not working on. We haven't found any good settings for this, and we might have to go a different way and find other currency pairs that are working out a lot better. So we don't like the profit versus risk on this one, and we have already blown that account a few times, where all the other ones are doing quite well. How well exactly? Well, here you go. The top 5 for the month of May was the US 30, which has been quite stable. And even though that we have seen a lot of movement in the market, that shown some big drawdowns on some of these robots, none of them have blown up. They have been quite stable, even though that some of the profits has dropped below what we've seen in the beginning. But still, this is very solid profits. So these are the top 5 we have here. The US 30 with 51% in just 1 month, or more than $5,000. These are all running on $10,000 accounts individual. So that's why we measure them up like this. British pounds AUD, the British pound is nice and fluctuating quite a bit. So $3,978, or almost 40%. Great stuff. And then we have also the gold, and the silver is also performing quite well. The last one is actually a bit of a surprise, the New Zealand Swiss franc, also doing quite well, more than $1,000 here, or 12.4%. So overall, those 5 has done more than $15,000 in 1 month, or 30%. Our aim when we are trading at the moment is we want to be a bit conservative, and normally it will lie around 15 to 25%. So 30%, we are quite happy with this. But more importantly, we can see the stability of the profit retriever robot. it just keeps on ticking in, and you don't have to be on top of it all the time, which is exactly what we love about it. What we also love is that we have our racing team, so Oscar MC Jameson, and they have been out racing again. This time it was a awful day on the weekend, so basically it was extremely muddy, and the rookie driver here, Daniela, she put in a standard effort once more, and 2 third places once again. She is a rookie, so continuous third places, and overall she is now second in the Swedish Championship for the girls on the 85cc. So she's doing quite well. We'll make sure that you also have a link for the company below, so you can go in and have a look. They also sell a lot of different racing gear and other equipment. And we have gotten to Alex and the Expert Forex, and he's got 4 videos out there this week, and they're all very, very informative, so you don't want to miss any of them. So here we have the video that Alex sent out. He actually sent out a couple of set files. He showed it in the videos. These set files have actually produced more than 40% also just for 1 month of trading. And obviously you can go in and you can copy this off straight off the bat. On top of this, we also have the Profit Retriever competition at the moment. And just in 2 weeks, the number 1 is at 599% gains. And that is quite astonishing. I've never seen that on any other robots. Obviously, some of the strategies that are being used in there is definitely not something I would recommend trading with your own money. But again, the trading competitions is simply out to show you if these robots are working or not. And it also reveals a couple of new strategies that some of the traders are normally using that Alex and Expert Forex might not have considered at the time. And we have a daily pivot trading robot. This is actually an old one. I believe it's back from 2012, so long before we actually knew about Expert Forex and Alex. And they will have a little video here, sneak peek for the robot that you will be able to pick up. And that's exactly what this video is about. You can actually get it for free. And that means that if you are already like Expert Forex and myself are, obviously, so we are members of the premium forum, you will get this robot for free. And that is one of the many, many benefits that are with being in with Alex here. The trading robot, you can download it. We've done that already. For the ones that actually wants to have a closer look at it and see, you can get it at a lower price than normal, but it all depends on how you want to pay for it. The video will explain everything to you in details. And that's what we had for you in this week's news report. As always, we hope you enjoyed all the different projects that we are involved in, and you can see exactly what we get out of them. So until next week, I hope you stay safe and your money will continue to grow. See you next week. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way, you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.